Coach Cencer, thank you very, very much. And a couple of things. Obviously, you have another big weekend coming up, and in-conference game, and going up against St. Thomas. How's the team feeling, especially coming off that loss against Northern Michigan?
Yeah, when we look back at our last few weeks, we've had a pretty good streak going. We played some pretty good teams in that. We were on the road at Bemidji, then we had an exhibition game at home. But following that, we played Bowling Green, one top team in the conference. Minnesota State, who was a national finalist last year. And then Northern Michigan was another really good team and a top team in our conference. So, we won 4 out of our last 5, and I think we have some confidence coming from that right now. And it's just a matter now of, putting in a good solid work week and getting ready to play this weekend. There's a little challenge in that it's exam week for us, so that the kids are balancing school and, the academic side, which obviously takes precedence right now. They're balancing that, and then, the hockey side of it. But once we get on that plane tomorrow and head to Minneapolis, we'll be 100% focused on St. Thomas.
And does it also, even though, as you said, that you were very happy, you have a lot of confidence, it also goes to show that how tough this Division I hockey is, and also the CCHA, where, let's face it, Northern Michigan, they're right outside the top 25, and this situation where you got to bring out your very best. Anybody could win any given time.
Exactly. And you know what? St. Thomas, they were a first-year program last year in terms of being Division I for the first year, then being in our conference for the first time. And, they played hard last year. Their coach is, we used to coach at Miami. He's very, very, does an excellent job. But they, beyond that, they really, really improved in the offseason. They brought in some transfer portal kids. They're based in Minnesota, so they've been able to get some of those higher-end Minnesota players, and they've improved a lot. And we saw that firsthand when we played them earlier this year, and they beat us one of the 2 games. So we know we have our hands full against them. We know what they're capable of. They're right behind us in the standings, so we know what we have to bring against them. And it's going to be, the games are going to be hard. They play a really tough, a fast-paced game, but they're really tough around both nets. They're very, very physical around both nets, and they kind of they really establish a presence around both creases. So, offensively, that means you really have to dig in because they're really going to defend well around their net. And then from a defensive side, they're pretty scrappy around your net, and they go to the net hard. So, your goaltenders have to be ready, the defense, the forwards, everyone has to be on the same page, and we have to be ready to face a tough team.
And even though, as you're saying, everything right there, are you kind of surprised about what their record is? They're at 4-13, and looks like they've been struggling a little bit since the time they came here. Yeah,
a little bit. You know what, though? Like, a lot of their games, we watched both games they played Bemidji State. They were off last weekend. They played Bemidji State on the road 2 weeks ago, and that's a tough place to win. We played 2 tough games there, 2 close games earlier this year. But they were, the first game they lost 6-4. And it was a close game. It was really a 1-goal game right at the end until the empty netter. And the second game went to a shootout. So they're losing those games, but they're right in all those games. And they're it's a 1-goal game here or there. So it's just a matter of them finding those ways to win, which is something our team the last couple of years has been trying to find our way through too. And we've been luckily able to make some ground on that this year and be better with that. But it's gonna be a tough series for sure.